one that in many ways you could have seen coming if you had followed, of course, the first test. England are going to be without left arm spinner Jack Leach for the remainder of the test series. Now, you remember that Leach, of course, there were going to be plenty of expectations from him coming into this particular tour, given that he's the most experienced spinner that England had in their ranks. But he played through the first test in Hyderabad, a test that England incidentally won. And whilst his guile experience definitely came in handy, he did end up picking up an injury in his left knee, and it was that particular injury that kept him out of the second test, which was taking place in Vizag. Now, many would argue that not having him there definitely hurt England because the Vizag pitch was more, let's say, a pitch where you need skillful spinners as opposed to spinners who just pitch the ball well, get it from a great height, and then let the pitch do the rest. So, Shoaib Bashir and Tom Hartley perhaps not as effective in those conditions as a Leach would have been. Leach, of course, the seasoned, experienced campaigner, someone who has played plenty of Test match cricket, would have definitely been more useful in those conditions. But now, England, the ECB, in fact, have confirmed in a statement that he has been ruled out of the series. So they mentioned that he had sustained the injury during England's first test win in Hyderabad and had thus missed the second test. And now he'll be flying home in the next 24 hours. And of course, he will be working with the teams, both the England team, the medical team, and the Somerset medical team in a bid to, let's say, get fit once again on time. The interesting news beyond that is that England will not be naming a replacement bowler. That means they will only be keeping the spin players that they do, in fact, let's say, have now, which is a bit of a surprise when you're thinking about the fact that both Hartley and Bashir, good as they have been, are still only a test or two tests old at most. Someone with a little experience might have been handy, but then, of course, there's also the argument that England don't really have anyone with that much experience, and maybe they decided, look, we're fine with what it is we have right now, and perhaps there's no real need to look to get in yet another young spinner, especially if test match pitches in India stay the way they stay after the Hyderabad test. If you get more sporting wickets, then bringing in spinners for the sake of volume will not really matter that much. So that's the breaking news update. There is going to be no Jack Leach for the remainder of the series. How big a blow do you guys think this is going to be, let's say, for the England team, especially when you consider you're going to be potentially getting more sporting pitches, which might actually aid skillful bowlers more than it would bowlers who are just about decent at spinning the ball? Well, you can tell us that in the comments below, and don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon as well, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Don't forget to download the SportsTech app if you haven't already, and of course, stay tuned on the channel. We have plenty more coming your way, including a lot of developments from the Under-19 World Cup that is taking place at the moment of this recording. For now, though, from my side, it is goodbye.